Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Classic Reviews. Today, we will be talking about this live CD from American thrash metal legends Metallica. The concert that I've got on this CD is Metallica playing at Moscow Monsters of Rock Festival at Tushino Airfield in late September 1991. Now, the concert featured the Black Crowes and Pantera going on before Metallica, and I think AC/DC went on last. Now, the attendance for this iconic concert has been much debated. A lot of people think it was 1.6 million people, but I think the official attendance was 500,000. But some people think it was over 3 million people. Now, this CD isn't like an official live album, like Kiss Alive, for example, where it's been mixed in the studio after and all that. It's more of a off the soundboard type release. So, to be honest with you, the songs on here aren't that loud and you can't really hear the crowd, which isn't ideal when they do the bits of the songs where they get the crowd to sing or chant along. Two things I never thought I'd ever be saying about Metallica are them and the crowd not being loud enough. One thing I do like about this concert is how involved Jason Newsted is. Taking over Cliff Burton, who tragically died in that bus crash, was some big shoes to fill. But you'll hear in this concert, but you will hear in this concert Jason making his own mark on things with not just playing the bass, but he does get to do a bit of lead singing at this concert as well, which he does a very good job at. The reasons I bought this particular CD is because Metallica haven't officially released a greatest hits album. There are many unofficial releases of Metallica greatest hits albums in different countries, and there are many live releases, but I like to think this CD is pretty close to what a Metallica greatest hits would be like. So if you want to get like a Metallica greatest hits, then you're probably better off buying a live CD like the one I've got. And when you buy it, you just got to bear in mind what songs they're playing and when the concert was. Like I said, this was a big, iconic concert, and Metallica were riding a huge wave of success at this time. And Black Album had come out, and also as well, this is a single disc CD, so that's why I bought this particular concert. Now, before I start track by track, I'm just going to say I'm not going to pick apart the songs like I would do a studio album. I'm more going to talk about the concert itself and the live performances. And yes, some songs I'll be able to say more about than others. So the first thing we hear on this CD is the classical composition that Ennio Morricone did for the classic 60s film The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. The piece of music is called The Ecstasy of Gold. This beautiful piece of music opens Metallica concerts just before the band go on stage and launch into the opening song. So the first song they launch into at this concert is their classic track Enter Sandman. Now, at the time, this song hadn't long come out, and there is great footage of Metallica playing this song at this live concert. One bad thing you don't get with this CD is the great energy of the band and the crowd when they start playing. However, if you watch the video of them playing Enter Sandman at this concert, you'll get a feel of the energy of both the band and the crowd. I will put links in the description below. The second song and third track on this live soundboard CD is the Egyptian plague inspired song Creeping Death. Again, great energy in this song, even though you don't hear the crowd chant Die, Die, Die on the CD. This is also the first song on this CD where we get to hear the bassist Jason Newsted sing, as he sings a bit near the end of the song. And he does a great job of bringing great energy to this song too. The third song we hear from this concert, that's the fourth track on this soundboard CD, is the song called Harvester of Sorrow, which is about a man who goes insane and takes it out on his family. This is a slower song compared to the first two songs we hear, but with that in mind, you do really get to hear how tight the band really are at this concert. The fourth song and fifth track is one of my favourite Metallica songs, which is the deep epic song that is called Fade to Black. This is a very deep and tight performance, and even in a long, slower, epic song like Fade to Black, you can still sense the great energy. This is an all electric performance of this song, as I know now they like to play at least part of the song acoustically now. The fifth and sixth track of this concert CD is the song "Sad but True." It's not really a lot I could think of to say about this song really, but like Enter Sandman, this is one of the newer songs that they play at this concert, and it's just so spot on. The sixth song and seventh track on this soundboard CD is a short version of their classic song "Master of Puppets." It is common for the it was common for the band to play a short version at this time, and when I say short version, it's pretty much just the first half of the song. Seventh song and eighth track is another classic track, and it's their early song called "Seek and Destroy." Now, Metallica do like to have fun with this song when they play this song live. And what happens at this concert is Jason sings the first verse and chorus, so he does a bit of singing like he did in Creeping Death. And like when he done Creeping Death, he does a very good job with his lead vocals. Eighth and ninth track is my other favourite Metallica song, and it's the most prominent track that is called For Whom the Bell Tolls. Now, I admit I will always prefer the studio version with the bell sounds and all that, but this is a solid live version with Jason Newsted making the bass intro his own with the wah wah pedal and all that. The ninth song and 10th track is their classic track simply titled One. Like the studio track, you do get to hear the machine gun sounds before the track starts, and then it leads to what is a very tight and spot on performance of this classic track that brought the band a lot of success. The 10th song and 11th track is the early heavy track that is called Whiplash. And this is the last song we hear from them before the encore, I think. This is a very driven performance that does feature even Jason doing a bit of singing later on in the song too. Track number 12 is a 2 or 3 minute jam of the band playing a bit of the Black Sabbath thrash song Symptom of the Universe, and then a brief bit of the AC/DC classic Back in Black, before it launches straight into track 13, which is the band doing a great cover of the Misfits song Last Caress. Track number 14 is the band covering the Diamond Head song Am I Evil? I think the intro is on track 13, but the main song is track 14. Like Last Caress, this is a great cover, and both the covers of Last Caress and Am I Evil are in my great covers playlist on this channel, so make sure you check that out after watching this. Another thing I'll say is that, like when they play Master of Puppets earlier at this concert, this is not a full live performance of this Diamond Head classic, as they only play the first half of the song. The last song at this concert is a very aggressive performance of the song Battery. The song is usually either near the start or the end of their concerts, and Jason does do a very good job with the backing vocals on this song, making it sound even heavier than what it already is. So that's it for this latest classic CD review. Please check out my other CD reviews and playlists on this channel. Please like and subscribe, and why not leave a nice little comment below. Cheers.